everyone, welcome to the first video in my tarot lesson series, which will be a series of short informational videos on tarot reading for beginners and practitioners alike. In today's video, I'm going to go over how you can interpret a simple tarot spread. I'm going to be using some of my own resources for this lesson, but these are not necessary. You can use whatever resources you have on hand. I will have all of the materials that I'm using linked down below in the description box for this video. So everything that I'm using in this video will be listed in the description box. So if you're on mobile, click on the arrow right underneath the title of this video to view the description box. So let's jump into the lesson. Today I'm going to use a simple past, present, and future spread. You've probably seen other tarot creators use a spread similar to this one. It's great for beginners, but I still use it in my own readings because it's super flexible and can be used for pretty much any reading that I want to do. With this spread, you have one card for the past position, one for the present, and one for the future position. And to make things easier, I'm going to use my tarot journal template, which looks like this. This is available on my Etsy shop. I'll have this link down below if you'd like to get something similar to this. I have a free downloadable template that you can use on my website. I'll have it linked in the description box. So if you'd like to print a very basic template for today's lesson, that is a free resource for you. You can use a blank piece of paper if you'd like. You do not have to have a tarot journal template like this, but I like using it because it's very easy to use and it's already kind of laid out for me. Anyone that practices tarot can benefit from tarot journaling. The more you write down the meanings of the cards, symbols, numerology, etc., the quicker you can memorize the cards and the better you can interpret the messages. So it's time now to ask a question and pull some cards. And for today's lesson, the question I'm going to be asking is, what is coming my way in love? So this is where I grab my tarot deck, I meditate on the energy, I cleanse my space, I start shuffling, and I shuffle as I ask the question. So you can do this in whatever way feels natural to you. You can shuffle in whatever way you would like, cut the deck in whatever way you would like, and then you're going to pull 3 cards. So as you can see, I've laid down 3 different cards that I've pulled from my tarot deck. And I've used this handy template that has a space for every position. And I just lay down my cards on each of these spaces, one for the past, one for the present, and one for the future. So for the past position in this spread, we have the 7 of Coins. For the present position, we have the Knight of Cups. And for the future position, we have the Fool. So let's break these down separately. Each tarot card has multiple meanings, so this is where a tarot book, a website, or a cheat sheet can come in handy. So if you're new here, you might not know, but I have a book all about how to interpret the tarot for love. And in this book, I go into every single tarot card, and then I have keywords here for each card, the upright keywords, the reverse keywords, numerology information, and the astrology, and then I interpret the card for love, upright and reverse. So you can use any tarot book that you have available to you. You could use a website. They have a lot of websites out there with free tarot meanings, and they kind of break down the tarot cards upright and reverse. I'll link some of those below. I also offer on my Etsy shop, I have tarot cheat sheets, and these are super helpful. You can also download cheat sheets online, but these are just mine. I'm just showing you the ones that I offer. I have one on numerology and symbols, the major arcana, and then I have every suit of wands, suit of swords, suit of pentacles, and suit of cups. So these cheat sheets are super helpful. The websites, the books, whatever you have on hand that can help you break down each card. Basically just find that resource and then take some time to write some keywords for every single card. I'm going to actually share which keywords I have here by using these resources just to show you how I would do it. So for the 7 of Pentacles, I'm going to use my book. just going to find the Seven of Pentacles here. And then some of the meanings that I have are investment, doubt, or effort. This is where that free resource of the PDF that I offer on my website will come in handy, because I actually have some spaces for where you can write down the keywords. So here I'm going to have the letters doubt. I'm just going to do 1 or 2 just to make things simple, because this is just a brief overview here. For the Knight of Cups, I'm going to use my cheat sheet. So here in the upright, we have expressing love or an apology, someone romantic, compassionate, and or charming. So I'm going to write in here, expressing love. Or we can also say emotions to keep things simple. And then I'm also going to use the cheat sheet for the major arcana for the Fool. The Fool is up here. New beginnings, taking risks, a leap of faith. So here I'm going to just write new beginning. Now, if you're a beginner, I recommend that you begin by writing down the keywords of each card separately, and then later look at the entire message as a whole. You could even read the description of every single card in detail if you use like a book or a website, to kind of have your mind work on the different meanings and what sticks out to you, right? Like what keyword jumps out at you that might resonate for your situation. So here I'm going to write all of the keywords in the keyword section together. And then I have a space here that says, what is today's message? We're going to wait on that and jump to the right column here. It says, what sticks out? And I have example, type of card, astrology, symbols, etc. So I'm going to say here the color yellow. And I'm also going to say the number 0. Now, obviously, everything that I'm doing right now, everything that I'm writing down, it is all subjective. It's whatever works best for you. But when you're a beginner, writing down all of this helps out a lot. And that's why I recommend tarot journaling so often for beginners. So let's jump into interpreting this into a message. The overall message of this spread can be something like a person having doubts about maybe how they feel towards a certain person, because we have the Knight of Cups here. Maybe this is someone that's having doubts or wondering if they'll ever get a cup being offered to them, a cup of love, a cup of emotions, someone that is charismatic or loving or genuine. Will this ever happen for me? This could be somebody that with the Fool here, which means a new beginning, they might be wondering, will I have a new beginning in love? Will someone take a risk and offer me a cup? Or will I take a risk here and jump into a new beginning by expressing how I feel? So as you can see, there is a lot of different ways that you can interpret a message. So for this spread, I came up with 2 different messages, and I wrote them down here. Someone having doubts over the future of their love life, or someone wondering if a cup of love will arrive and there will be a new beginning in love. As you can see, they're kind of the same message, but I recommend that beginners try to come up with as many messages as you can when you're first starting out with the tarot. With practice, you'll be able to narrow down the message a little bit more. And then, of course, you can jump from here into clarifying each card. You can maybe start incorporating reversals or using oracle cards to add more clarity or get more clarity about the message. Before a beginner, I feel like this is hard enough to do, is breaking down each card separately. And this is how I learned how to interpret the tarot. And it does take a little bit of time at first, and it can be very daunting at first, but it does become easier the more that you do it. So let's do another spread. So this time I took away the tarot journal template, and I just am using 3 cards down on my table here. Or you can use a tarot cloth or the floor, whatever works best for you. So I have 3 different cards here. In the past position, I have the 5 of Swords. In the present position, I have the 8 of Cups. And in the future position, I have the World. So from here, I can start looking at the keywords of each card. So the 5 of Swords is a card about conflict, failure, and deception. This could be someone that is not playing fair. They came to a battle with more swords than the people that they were about to duel with. And so these two are walking away from this person because it's not a fair fight. The Eight of Cups is all about walking away from something that no longer serves you, leaving a situation and moving on. The last card I have here is the World, which is the last major arcana, and it symbolizes beginnings and endings. The World is a card about graduating. You've learned all of the different lessons that you're meant to learn, and now you're ready for the next chapter of your life. So when you think of all of these messages separately and then as a whole, you can say something like, after a difficult situation where something wasn't fair to you, you decided to walk away from it and close a chapter in order to start a new one. This could also be, these two cards here could be a message regarding travel. So the Eight of Cups, this is kind of like someone on a journey. And the World could be that you are literally making a move somewhere or traveling to see the world. So you can even start making a connection with these two cards as well. So that's what you could do for the past, present, and future spread. So in the past, some sort of conflict happened. Maybe you were deceived by someone you trusted. In the present, you're maybe considering moving on, leaving something behind. And in the future, this is probably where you are headed or hoping to head towards. And so that's how you can come up with an overall message. Now, notice how I didn't write anything down because at this point in my tarot journey, I already know these keywords and I can make those connections quickly. But don't despair if you can't do that. Stick to the paper method or the journaling method, whatever works for you. You can even type up different messages or challenge yourself by putting down random cards, coming up with keywords, and then trying to make as many messages as you can from them. That will be the end of this lesson. Stay tuned because I have a few more lessons coming up on this channel. So subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss those when they come out. In the meantime, feel free to practice using the techniques I showed you here today or check out my website for additional resources. Thanks for watching.